abilities, for better or worse. In a new documentary, Al Jazeera explores the impact of AI accessing vast amounts of our personal data. Dataland on Al Jazeera.
I care about how the U.S. engages with the rest of the world. We're really interested in taking you into a place you might not visit otherwise and feel as if you were there.
Lebanon's Prime Minister and government may have resigned over the Beirut explosion, but fury persists with the broken political system. Hello, I'm Darren Jordan. This is Al Jazeera, live from Doha. Also coming up. US President Donald Trump's coronavirus briefing is interrupted by a shooting just outside the White House. One person's killed in Belarus, where protests continue against President Lukashenko's victory in an election denounced as a sham. And volunteers do what they can to scoop up oil that's blackened the pristine waters of Mauritius. A salvage crew race to prevent another spill. Lebanon's Prime Minister has resigned along with the government, saying he's stepping back in order to stand with the people. It's in the wake of the Beirut explosion, which Diab says was the result of a corrupt political system. Protesters, unmoved by his words, have been back out on the streets. The blast on Tuesday killed more than 200 people, injured thousands more, and left huge numbers homeless. From Beirut, Bernard Smith reports.
Lebanon's government has finally caved in, like the shattered buildings along Beirut's waterfront. It took an explosion of 2,700 tons of ammonium nitrate to bring down the Prime Minister and Cabinet.
Today we follow the will of the people to hold accountable those responsible for this disaster that has been in hiding for 7 years, and their desire for real change, from the corrupt, destructive state of brokerages and theft, to a state of law and justice and transparency, to a country that respects its people.
They'd only been in power since January, sworn in to replace a previous administration forced out after Lebanon's banking system and currency collapsed. Now they have a new crisis to add to all the others. The Justice Minister was asked if she was running away from her responsibilities.
Let anyone put themselves in our position. No one wants to be in power under such circumstances. When we're facing everything, a financial collapse, the coronavirus, this national disaster we're facing. So please, it's nothing like running from responsibility.
But even one of the biggest non-nuclear explosions since Hiroshima might not be enough to bring significant political change here. The country's parliament and election system is controlled by a political elite that divided up power and influence after the Civil War.
This catastrophe and this crisis is not enough, unfortunately, for them to be convinced, because most of them were the actors of the war, and they do not think properly, peacefully, in a civilized way in order to get the people reach the power. They want to keep the power in their hands.
Many people in Lebanon describe their circumstances as like being held hostage.
If the government resigned, then there is hope to be able to build the country and live our lives like we want to. We want it to become a proper state. We do not have a country, and we are not able to live in one.
What will our national